Welcome back to B-Dub's Cubs Tabletop Replays. We are here for game number 43 of the 1998 Sammy Sosa replay. The lineup cards have been exchanged at home plate, and we are ready for the starting lineups. Leading off and playing second base for the Cubs, Mickey Morandini. Batting second, playing third base, Tyler Houston. Batting third in right field, the man of the hour, Sammy Sosa. Batting fourth at first base, Mark Grace. Hitting in the 5 spot, playing left field, Henry Rodriguez. Batting sixth at shortstop, Jeff Blauser. Hitting seventh and playing center field, Jose Hernandez. Hitting eighth, Sandy Martinez behind the plate. And on the mound tonight for the Cubs is Kerry Wood. For your Cincinnati Reds, leading off and playing right field, it's Chris Steins. Hitting second, playing shortstop, Barry Larkin. In the third hole, and playing left field, Dimitri Young. Hitting fourth and catching, Eddie Taubensee. Hitting fifth, playing second base is Brett Boone. Hitting next and playing at third base is Willie Green. Hitting seventh, playing center field, Reggie Sanders. Hitting eighth at first base is Sean Casey. And on the mound tonight, batting ninth, is David Weathers. Without any further ado, let's get to the action. Leading off for the Cubs, Mickey Morandini. Weathers is ready to go. And we are ready for the first pitch of the ball game. The windup in the pitch, it's a 64, that's a 36. That is going to be a ball. 45, it's going to be a 14. He walked him. Actually, I'm sorry, 45. Yeah, 14, he walked him. Morandini is Weathers. First walk of the ball game for Weathers. Morandini, first base here, Tyler Houston. Weathers, by the way, is a grade D with a Y modifier. The pitch, it's a 54. It's going to be a 32. The Cincinnati Reds are a 2 here. It's a high fly ball to right field. Steins with an easy play. Can of corn, 1 away. See if Sosa can put the Cubs on the board. The pitch, it's a 65. It's a 35. It's going to be a ground ball. Third. No, it's going to be a high pop fly behind the plate in foul territory. Taubensee discards his mask, makes the catch, an easy out number 2 for the Cubs. Brings up Mark Grace. The pitch to Grace is a 41. That's going to be a 24. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. He will flip it to Boone. A 6-4 fielder's choice. Retires the side. Nothing going on for the Cubs. For the Cubs that inning, it's no runs, no hits, no errors. They do leave 1 on. And after a half an inning, it's the Chicago Cubs nothing. And the Cincinnati Reds coming up. Let's see here. Kerry Wood on the mound. Chris Steins will lead off here for the Reds. The pitch, it's a 64. It's going to be a 13. He struck him out. Kerry Wood strikes him out swinging. Great start to the ball game for Wood. 1 away. Barry Larkin, the pitch. 55 for Larkin. That's going to be an 8. Kerry Wood is a B. That's going to be a high pop fly to center field. Hernandez, easy play in his tracks. He does not move. 2 away. Dimitri Young, the pitch. 13-14, that's a walk. Dimitri Young on first base. First walk of the ball game for Kerry Wood. Brings up Eddie Taubensee with a man on. Kerry Wood, the pitch. It's a 43-29. Cubs are also a 2 in this ball game. That's going to be a grounder. Nope. Kerry Wood has the Y modifier. He struck him out swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Wood, and that retires a side. For the Reds, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We have played 1 inning of baseball here in Cincinnati. We are tied at nothing. Tied at 0. David Weathers back on the hill. Henry Rodriguez leading things off here in the second for the Cubs. The pitch, it's a 13-14. That's a second walk of the game for Weathers. Rodriguez on first with a leadoff walk. Brings up Jeff Blauser. Weathers delivers the pitch, 56. It's going to be a 12 on a 2. It's going to be a double play. Ground ball to short. Larkin flips to Boone. Boone fires to Casey. An easy 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs here in the inning. Hernandez steps into the box. He went deep in yesterday's game. It's a 31, that's a 14, it's another walk. Weathers really struggling with his command. That double play really bailed him out of this inning. This could have been a huge inning for the Cubs had Weathers not got the double play. It's a 62, that's a 22. Hit by pitch. Hit by pitch. Runners on first and second now. As Kerry Wood will step into the batter's box here with runners on first and second. 2 away. Weathers delivers. 66. Kerry Wood. Deep drive. Right field. Steins to the track. To the wall. That ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Kerry Wood. And just like that, Weathers' wildness has really put the Reds behind in this game. A 3-run home run for Kerry Wood. Morandini, a 24-13. He struck him out. Weathers finds his command, but unfortunately for him, it is too late. That's the first strikeout of the game for Weathers. The Cubs score 3 times. They're all earned. They do it on 1 hit. No errors. They leave no one on. David Weathers and his wildness in that inning proves to be disastrous for the Reds. Wood back on the mound. Here's Brett Boone, the pitch. It's a 51. That's a 9. 9 on a B. It's a single over short into left field. So Boone with a base hit to lead off the second here for the Reds. Brings up Willie Green. The pitch to Green, that's a 24. It's a 13. Kerry Wood struck him out. He strikes him out looking. 3 strikeouts now on the afternoon so far for Wood. He is dealing today. Reggie Sanders steps in there. It's a 25. It's a 10. It's going to be a single to right center field. Single to right center field. Going to third on the hit is Boone. Sanders at first base. Runners at first and third with 1 away. And on the first pitch of the next at bat, Sanders is off and running. There will be no throw. Stolen base for Sanders. Puts runners on second and third here for Sean Casey. The pitch. It's a 44. That's an 8. That's going to be a high fly ball. It's going to be deep enough to score a run. Hernandez on the edge of the warning track makes the catch. It's going to be a sacrifice fly. Scoring from third on the play is Boone. Going to third on the play is Sanders. Runner on third with 2 away. Kerry Wood would trade that out for a run any day of the week. David Weathers steps into the box. It's a 61. It's a 13. Kerry Wood strikes him out swinging. 4 strikeouts now for Wood. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Reds score once. It's earned. They do it on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on. After 2.5 innings of ball, the Chicago Cubs lead this one by a score of 3-1. Tyler Houston steps in for his second at bat of the ball game. It's a 26, a 13. Weathers all of a sudden has found his command. Houston goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the ball game as Weathers, after that disastrous second inning, has kind of come to life here. Sammy Sosa the pitch, a 41, a 24. It's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Easy play for Larkin, who fires to Casey, 2 away. 2 out, nobody on. Amazing Mark Grace steps up to the plate. That's a 33. Mark Grace fouls a couple off. He's seeing it well in this at-bat. It's a 25. That's a deep drive. Right field. That ball is gone. Steins took 2 steps, looked up, knew that ball was headed into the seats in right field, and did not go any further. A solo home run for Mark Grace, and the Chicago Cubs lead 4-1. Henry Rodriguez the pitch. It's a 17. It's going to be a single to right field. The Cincinnati bullpen is already starting to stir. They don't want to go to it this early, but they may not have a choice here. It's a 63. That's a 34. It's going to be a high pop fly. Nope, Weathers has the Y modifier. He struck him out looking. 3rd strikeout of the game for Weathers. However, the Cubs score again. It's earned. They do it on a Mark Grace hit. It's a home run. 2 hits in the innings. No errors. They leave one on. And after 2.5 innings of play, the Chicago Cubs lead it 4-1. Wood looking for a quick 3rd inning here. He steps up Chris Steins steps into the box against him. Look out. Steins seeing it well this second time around. That's a 15. That's a 1. That's a deep drive to right field. Sosa, track, wall, gone. Chris Steins hits one out to right field. The wind is really giving the ball some carry to right field today. That's the 3rd home run of the game already. We're only in the 3rd inning. Barry Larkin steps up. That's a 22. Look out. Larkin seeing it well. That's a 62. That's going to be a 6. That's a double into right. That's a line drive into right center field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Sosa over to grab the ball against the wall. He fires it back into the cutoff. But Barry Larkin is in second with a stand-up double. Nobody out. Runner on second for Dimitri Young. Dimitri Young, an 11. He sees it well. It's a 15. That ball's deep to right field. No, that ball's center field. Hernandez to the track, to the wall. That ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Dimitri Young, and all of a sudden this game is tied at 4. Taubensee steps in. The pitch. It's a 22. That's going to be a single to right. And all of a sudden, the Cubs bullpen is starting to stir. Brett Boone steps in. Brett Boone with an 11. It's a 45. That's a 6. That's going to be another line drive into right center field. That will roll all the way to the wall. Rounding second on his way to third is Taubensee. Boone into second with a stand-up double. Runners now at second and third. Willie Green steps into the box. The pitch. 14, Woody walked him, and the bases are loaded. Second walk of the game. Comes at a terrible time for Wood. Bases loaded. Reggie Sanders. That's a 24. Woody might have got out of it here. Let's see here. Yep. Middle infield was back. That's going to be a double play. Ground ball to the shortstop. Blauser flips to Morandini. Morandini to Grace. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Scoring from third on the play is Taubensee. There will be no RBI. You don't get an RBI on a double play. Going to third on the play is Boone. Now there are 2 outs and a runner on third. 2 outs. Runner on third for Sean Casey. Woody looking to get out of this and still have the Cubs in this ball game. It's a 33. It's going to be a high fly ball. Woody's got the Y modifier. He struck him out. He strikes him out swinging. That's Woody's 5th strikeout of the game. But my gosh, what an inning for the Reds. They score 4 times. They are all earned. They do it on 1, 2, 3, 4. They do it on 5 hits, no errors. They leave one on. 2 home runs that inning. The solo shot by Steins and a 2-run shot to center by Dimitri Young. And all of a sudden, after 3 innings of play, the Reds lead this one 5-4. So we go into the top of the 4th inning here. The Reds now lead this one by a score of 5-4. Weather's back out. He has settled down a little bit. Had a rough start to the ball game, but he will now see if he can get back on track and keep the Reds ahead in this one. Hernandez steps up the pitch. It's a 36. It's going to be a 14. Weather's walked him. And the Reds bullpen is now officially up and rolling here. Looks like Todd Williams will start to throw, as will John Hudak. So Hudak and Williams throwing. Hernandez on at first with nobody out on the walk. Weathers the pitch. That's a 46. It's a 13. Weathers struck him out. Strikes him out swinging. 4th strikeout of the ball game. First out of this inning. Kerry Wood, who went deep. Cubs don't want to go to the bullpen this early. Kerry Wood will bat here. 1 out and runner on first. Let's see if they're going to let him swing away here. Pitch is a 23. It's 29 on 2. That's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to be a ground ball right back to Weathers. He fields the ball about halfway to the plate. Turns and fires. They get the runner at second base, so will be no return throw. So a 1-6 put out at second for out number 2. Kerry Wood at first base on the fielder's choice. Brings up Mickey Morandini. Weathers the pitch. 36. 33. It's going to be a high fly ball. Popped up. Third baseman. Green under it, calling for it. He makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. The Cubs do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave one on. After 3.5, it's the Reds 5 and the Cubs 4. The Cubs left Wood in. They decided not to pinch hit for Kerry Wood here. Let's see if Kerry Wood can make them not regret that decision. Weathers will also lead off here. Neither team wanting to go to the pin just yet. Sorry, that's Weathers. It's a 53. 13. Wood strikes him out. Does it swinging. 6 strikeouts for Wood. I'm sorry, that should have been here. 6 strikeouts for Wood now. Brings up Chris Steins. Wood the pitch. That's an 11. Look out. Steins has seen the ball decently all day. That's a 22. That's going to be a deep drive. Right field. Sosa, track, wall, gone. Chris Steins has hit his 2nd home run of the day. And the Cubs bullpen is up in full force. That's a 45. That's a 14. And you would have to think here that Kerry Wood's day is not going to be much longer than this. Terry Adams is throwing. Terry Adams and Kevin Foster begin to throw. Kerry Wood is on borrowed time at this point. Runner on first base. 1 away for Dimitri Young. Dimitri Young has went deep as well already today. The pitch, it's an 11. Look out. Dimitri Young is going to send Kerry Wood to the showers. That's a deep drive to left field. Rodriguez does not even move. He looks up. That ball sails out of here. That is the 2nd home run for Dimitri Young as well. And that's the end of the day for Kerry Wood. A disastrous few innings for Wood. Kevin Foster will come into pitch. He comes in. Wood's day is done. He lasts 3 1/3. He gives up 7, 8. He gives up 9 hits. He gives up 5, 6, 7, 8 runs. They're all earned. He walks 2. He walks 3 and strikes out 6. Kevin Foster will come into the ball game here in the 4th with 1 away. Just a disastrous outing for Wood. Foster's a D pitcher, no modifier. The Chicago Cubs will stay a fielding 2 here. Base is empty for Taubensee, the pitch. 13-14, Foster comes in, picks up right where Wood leaves off. He walks Taubensee. Runner on first, nobody out for Brett Boone. The pitch. 62-13. He struck him out. Second out of the game. That's strikeout looking. First strikeout for Foster. Second out of the inning. Willie Green the pitch. It's a 52-27. 27 is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Houston in. Fields fires to Grace for the third out of the inning. But another disastrous inning for the Cubs. The Reds score 3 more runs. They're all earned. They do it on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on. And after 4 innings, they lead the Cubs 8-4. David Weathers now has a new lease on life here in this one. Let's see if he can get a few more innings here for the Reds so they don't have to exhaust their pen. 64-13, struck him out. Struck him out swinging. That's strikeout number 5 for Weathers. First out of the inning. Brings up Sosa. See if Sosa can give the Cub fans something to cheer about here. That's a 35. That's a 9. That's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a single into left field for Sosa, as he is on first base here. The Cubs are not out of this ball game. If Grace, a little bloop and a blast here, puts them right back in the game. That's a 52 for Grace, 27. That's going to be a, let's see here, 27. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Little chopper, Green, Fields, fires to Boone. There will be no return throw. So Green to Boone, they force Sosa out at second for out number 2. Grace on with a fielder's choice. Henry Rodriguez could put one in the seats here and make it interesting for the Cubs. Let's see what he does. It's a 55. That's going to be an 8 on a D. It's going to be a single to center field. Rounding second on his way to third is Grace. Cubs now with runners on first and third, 2 away. And here comes Jeff Blauser. The pitch. It's a 43-29. It's going to be a ground ball right back to Weathers. Weathers turns, lobs to Casey, who's standing on the bag, and that's the inning. The Cubs do not score. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on. You feel like that was the inning there that the Cubs had a chance to get back into this ball game. They do not do it. See if Kevin Foster can keep this game right where it's at. The Cubs would love to get a couple more innings out of him. The pitch. It's a 35. It's a 14. He walked him. Probably not going to happen here. Already the second walk of the game for Foster. Adams is still throwing in the pin. Foster's leash is probably not very long. That's a 26. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Morandini flips to Blauser. Blauser to Grace. The return throw is not in time. It's a 4-6 force out at second base as Sanders is retired there for out number 1. Casey reaches first on the fielder's choice. Brings up David Weathers. And he's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. The Reds still don't want to get into the pin just yet. He's going to be asked to bunt. That's a 31. That's a 13. With a runner on first. That's a fouled strike. The 0-1 pitch. 62. Strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. It's a 13. That's strike number 3. As he bunts it foul. Foster's second strikeout of the game. That's out number 2. Weathers cannot get the bunt down. Chris Steins now. Babe Steins steps up. He's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. Let's see what he does against Foster. That's a 26. It's a 32. That's going to be a high fly ball to right field. Easy play for Sammy Sosa. And Kevin Foster has done what few have done today, and that is retire Babe Steins as Chris Steins flies out to Sosa. The Reds, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1 on. Folks, we've played 5. The Reds have had their way in this one. They lead by a score of 8-4. Weathers back out. He's got a real chance to do something here. Hernandez the pitch. The bullpen's still going for the Reds. They're ready at any time. 62 on Hernandez, 13. Weathers has really calmed down here. He struck him out looking. That's strikeout number 6 now. Weathers quietly with 6 strikeouts in this game. The game started off so poorly for him. This is surprising how he's turned things around. Sandy Martinez, a 26, a 13, another strikeout. This one's swinging. Strikeout number 7. Kevin Foster will not hit here. His day is done. Adams will come in from the pen here. Foster's day. He pitches 1 2/3. He gives up no hits, actually. No runs. And he walked 2 and struck out 2. Terry Adams will come in here in the next inning. He's a C pitcher with an XW modifier. But in the meantime, the Cubs have a pinch hitter coming to the plate. And it's going to be, let's see here, Lance One Dog Johnson, whose only job here, actually no, they're going to hit Glenn Allen Hill. The Cubs are going to send Glenn Allen Hill to the plate. He's got one job and one job only, and that is to go deep here in this at bat. So Glenn Allen Hill's going to pinch hit. Get it in the scorebook here. Glenn Allen Hill, David Weathers. Let's see if Hill can put one in the seats. Pitch, it's a 14, that's a 30, it's a high fly ball to left field. He will not do it, he just missed. Young is there, camps under it, makes the catch, can of corn, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. The Cubs do not score in the 6th. Hill is out of the game, he just came in for one at bat there. Terry Adams will take over on the mound for the Cubs, as Foster's day is also done. Foster did his job, he kept the Reds right where they were at. Let's see if Terry Adams can do the same. He comes in and will face Larkin, Young, and Taubensee here in the 6th. Adams to Larkin. The pitch, that's a 66 for Larkin. Adams is going to be greeted just like every Cubs pitcher has thus far today. He's a C, that's a 7, that's a line drive single into right field. Larkin wastes no time welcoming Terry Adams to the ball game, and it's been that kind of game for the Cubs. Dimitri Young, the pitch, 55, my goodness. That's a 7, that's going to be another base hit, single to right. Sosa will pick the ball up. In the meantime, Larkin rounds second on his way to third. He will make it standing up. Runners on first and third as the Reds look to really blow this game wide open. Taubensee the pitch. It's a 43. It's going to be a 29. Looks like right back to Adams. He will turn, hold the runner at third, and get the out at first base. That's a 1-3 fielder's choice. On the play, Young does go to second base. But all things considered, Adams will take it. One away. Let's see here. He really has no choice here. He's going to intentionally walk Brett Boone. And this will load the bases. He does so to set up the potential double play here. However, it is Willie Green. Let's see if Adams can get the job done. 15 is going to be a 10 on a C. He's not going to do it. That's a little blooper over third. It's going to fall down the left field line. Scoring easily from third is Larkin. Around second, he will score as Young. And going to third on the single is Green. A 2-run single for Willie Green. And the Reds have blown this one wide open. Runners on first and third. Green is running on the pitch. There will not be a throw to second, a stolen base. Runners on second and third now for Reggie Sanders, the pitch. 27. That's going to be a sharp ground ball to Houston. The runners will have to hold. Houston holds both runners, fires to Grace, out number 2. Score at 5-3, 2 away. Sean Casey steps up, the pitch. It's going to be a 41-24. It's going to be a ground ball. No, it's going to be a high pop fly to Houston. He will make the catch to end the inning, but the Reds score 2 more times. They're both earned. They do it on 1, 2, 3. They do it on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 on. After 6 innings of play, folks, the Reds lead this one 10-4. Weathers back out. This will probably be his last inning just because the pitch count is getting high. 7th inning, the Cubs will lead off with their leadoff hit, Mickey Morandini, the pitch. It's a 36. It's going to be a 33. It's going to be a high pop fly. Nope, Weathers is a Y modifier. He strikes him out looking. Man, Weathers has just went on a run here. That's 8 strikeouts now in the ball game. Tyler Houston looking to keep something going for the Cubs here. 64-13. Weathers strikes him out swinging. That's 9 strikeouts for Weathers. And it's 2 away here in the 7th inning. Sammy Sosa, the pitch. 44. Sosa, you going to put one in the seats? He does. Sosa, deep drive, right field. Steins can just look up. He can do nothing about it as Sosa puts one into the seats. Sammy Sosa with his 18th home run of the year here in game number 43 of our 1998 Sammy Sosa replay. The Cubs haven't had much to cheer about lately as Grace strikes out. The Cubs have not had much to cheer about lately. Grace goes down swinging Weathers' 10th strikeout. That'll end the day for Weathers probably. 1 run, it's earned on 1 hit, no errors, none left. Sosa puts one in the seats. The Cubs have not had much to cheer about lately, but you can hear them from Wrigleyville on that one. As Sosa goes deep, the Cubs are going to try to get one more inning here out of Adams. Weathers will lead off. He will not hit. Eduardo Perez will pinch hit here for David Weathers. Weathers' night is over, and he pitched a heck of a ball game, all things considered. David Weathers goes 7 innings. He gives up 6 hits. He gave up 5 runs. They were all earned. Let's see here. He walked 1, 2, 3. He walked 3, and he struck out 10. Hudek will come in. It looks like Hudek will be the reliever that will come in to face the Cubs in the 8th. Weathers' night is over. Terry Adams, Eduardo Perez will pinch hit here against Terry Adams. The pitch, 64-13. Adams struck him out. Did so swinging. First strikeout of the game for Adams, 1 away. Perez goes down swinging. Chris Stein's now up. The pitch, it's a 56. It's going to be a 12 on a C. Ground ball, third base. Easy play for Houston. Fires to Grace. 2 away here in the Cincinnati 7th inning. Barry Larkin as Adams looks to make quick work of the Reds here in the 7th. It's a 14th, 30 high fly ball left field. Rodriguez will make the catch. And it's an uneventful 7th inning, which we have not been able to say much about the Reds offense today. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left on in the 7th for the Reds. Adams does his job in the 7th. Weathers' night is over. John Hudek is in. Henry Rodriguez is up. Rodriguez starts off the 8th. The pitch. 32, that's a 26. That's going to be an easy play, easy chance for Boone. He makes the play. Brett Boone to Sean Casey, 1 away. Blauser steps in, the pitch. The pitch to Blauser. He walked him. Hudek with his first walk of the game. Cubs have a runner on. Jose Hernandez. The Cubs offense they hit a lot of home runs, so they're not ever really out of this game. 29, it's going to be a ground ball. Hudek is an XY modifier. It's going to be a ground ball right back to Hudek. He turns, fires to Larkin. They get the out. The return throw to Casey's not in time. Hernandez reaches base on a fielder's choice. Blauser put out on a 1-6 put out at second. We have 2 down and a runner at first. Sandy Martinez against Hudek. The pitch. Martinez, a 33. That's a 6 on a B. That's going to be a base hit over the first baseman's head down the right field line. It's going to bounce into the sidewall. Martinez rounds first on his way to second. He will make it easily. Hernandez is not an F, so he will round second, and he will make it into third base standing up. Runners on second and third. Adams' spot comes up. He will be pinch hit for. Dave Stevens is in the pen warming up. Adams' night is over. Now pinch hitting with a chance to really do something here. And it's going to be Kevin Ory into pinch hit here for Terry Adams. And if Ory could find a way to put one into the seats, the Chicago Cubs would be right back in this ball game. Runners at second, third, Ory against Hudek in the pitch. It's a 16, that's a 28. He's not going to get it done. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Easy play for Larkin, who fires to Casey to retire the side. The Cubs do not score. They come away with 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 runners on base. That, my friends, seems like that was the chance for the Cubs to really get back into this ball game. They don't get it done. Hudek does exactly what he was brought in to do. Dave Stevens will come in and pitch now for the Cubs. Let's get that on the score sheet here. Stevens is coming in here in the 8th. Terry Adams ends up going 2 innings. He gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked 1. It was an intentional walk, but he walked 1 nonetheless and struck out 1. Stevens comes into the game. He's a D pitcher with a Y modifier. He will go up against Young, Taubensee, and Boone. Young steps into the box and the pitch. It's a 26, a 13. Stevens strikes him out. Does so looking. Brings up Eddie Taubensee. Good start for Stevens. Taubensee, the pitch, a 65, a 35. It's going to be a ground ball right to Grace. He will take it to the bag unassisted. 2 away. Brett Boone, the pitch. That's a 56 to Booney. That's going to be a 12. It's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Houston fires to Grace. Inning over. Good inning for Stevens. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left on for the Reds. We go to the 9th inning, folks. Todd Williams is going to come out. Williams will come out. Hudek's night is over. Stevens' night, obviously, is over. Hudek was done. No, Hudek, sorry. Williams is coming in. Hudek's night is over. Hudek does go 2 innings. No, he just went 1 the 8th. He goes 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, none obviously earned. He walked 1 and struck out nobody. And it'll be Todd Williams in here for the 9th inning. Williams comes in. He is a D pitcher with a W modifier. Morandini. Listen, at this point, the Cubs are just station to station, right? Batter to batter. Get on base, see what happens. The pitch, 62-13. Williams strikes out Morandini swinging. More of the same here for the Cubbies. Tyler Houston steps in. The pitch, that's a 43. 29 on a 2. It's going to be a ground ball right back to Williams. He fires to Casey. 2 away. Sammy Sosa, the last hope for the Cubs. He did go deep his last time up the pitch. 24-13. Sosa goes down swinging to end the game. He goes down looking. The umpire gives Williams that outside corner, and that's the ball game, folks. In the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors. None left on for the Cubs. The final score tonight from Cincinnati, the Chicago Cubs, 5. 3, 4, 5. And the Cincinnati Reds, 10. On the day, Sammy Sosa goes 2 for 5. He scores a run, has an RBI, as he did hit a home run. On the season now, Sosa, with his 2 for 5 effort, is 66 for 181. He's got 18 home runs, 43 runs, 49 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. The Cubs fall to 20-23. This one looked promising for the Cubs at the beginning. They jumped out to a 4-1 lead through 2.5, but the Reds really turned it on with 4 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 2 more in the 6th. Dimitri Young and Chris Steins, the heroes for today. Chris Steins with 2 solo home runs in back-to-back innings, the 3rd and 4th, and Dimitri Young with 2 two-run home runs, also in the 3rd and 4th innings. Kerry Wood only goes 3 1/3, gives up 9 hits, 8 runs. They were all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. David Weathers, who started off rocky, gave up 4 runs through 3 innings, but settled down. He goes 7, gives up 5 runs. They were all earned on 6 hits, walked 3, and struck out 10. That's it. It's going to do it here tonight from Cincinnati. B-Dubs, Chicago Cubs replay. The 1998 Sammy Sosa replay, game number 43, ends with a 10-5 victory for Cincinnati. So long.